TRVL has pulled back a lot, big time lot, and I think this is going to scare a lot of people. It's such a hard thing to explain to people. People don't understand the why. It's really hard when you're dealing with an illiquid market, huh? And I'm not really sure how to fix that personally. I guess market makers, having good market makers helps. It's getting onto more exchanges might help. It's really terrible price action, to be honest with you, because it's quite stressful, you know, for a lot of people. Firstly, if people buy high and they're already like 25% down, that's pretty stressful. It's also stressful for people who don't take profit every time the price pumps. And so you find your price of your token up 50% in the space of a day or two. And then you don't take profit and you see, shit, why didn't I take profit? I could have made more token. I think I've explained to people, when you do get these pumps, it's good to take a little bit of profit and scale it back in, because the price action has been quite pumpy in the past. And so that's how you kind of get to higher prices. You can't do it with large volume, that's the problem. But this down volume 2 days ago was quite a lot. I generally consider that bullish, except we cleared the liquidity from the highs as well. So it's kind of, you've got this bearish candle. The price has gone up, hit the daily level here, and come back down. So you're clearing the liquidity as the price is coming down, and now there's a big gap there as well. Okay, so that's acting as resistance. The price doesn't like gaps, but it's at the moment it's acting as resistance, and you've got a little back test on this daily level on today's price action. The weekly chart, let's have a look at it. I thought maybe it would be a green candle, but actually it's ended up red. Okay, it's a swing failure of the local range with increasing volume. That's bearish with a higher low. But the volume tells me that there's been a lot of selling and the price is just still holding this level. A lot of selling. That's the context. A lot of people have sold, bought and sold, and the price is still here. So that's not bullish, bearish, is it? It's not bearish. If it was bearish with an increasing sell, you'd be down here, wouldn't you? Or you'd be further down. You would have lost this level. We still haven't lost this level. So as long as we don't lose this level, I'm going to remain. But the minute we lose this level, I'm selling. I'm selling because we can't lose this level. I think it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we've been consolidating here for weeks now. We've back tested this level as support out on fib time. We can't lose this level. That would be detrimental. The minute you lose that level, you're heading down, and you're probably heading down. Okay, all the way back down for another test of the lows. Effectively, you can't lose this level. There's no way we can lose this level, especially in the context of crypto, and especially in the context of people being bullish. I think it's really unlikely, like extremely unlikely. I don't look at this and feel bearish in the same way that I didn't look at this back in December when I looked at this candle here, this red one, 20th of December. I didn't look at that and go, that was bearish. That was something similar, wasn't it? We took the liquidity from the highs. We had an increasing sell volume here, and the price actually put in a higher low on the weekly time frame, and it closed back in the range. Was that weekly bearish candle? Yes, but did it end up bearish? No, it didn't. All it did was it ended up meaning that we went up easier because the liquidity had been cleared from higher levels, so that the next time we go up, we can actually go up and slip up without any struggle or any kind of resistance. Yeah, these can be quite nice. I think a green candle with green wick would have been more problematic than a red wick. A red wick in the highs for me doesn't signify resistance. A green wick does. For me, green wicks are more problematic than red wicks. Okay, in the highs, and then the lows, it's the opposite. In the lows, Green wicks don't offer much support, but red wicks do in the lows. So actually, we've got a red wick in the lows, i.e. this week. So I think that's not a bad place to buy. And the red wick in the highs isn't really going to offer much support, resistance. Okay, so actually I like that candle a lot, to be honest with you. I'm feeling it. Doesn't mean we can't pull back a little bit to go up for a higher low, but I'm feeling that candle. I'm feeling quite confident about the candle. That's a really nice candle. We've got the 618, kind of holding it still. So is this a flat correction? That was a question of the moment. Is this the first impulse? You know, what is this? What is this move? Well, you could argue that that is your first impulse of the next wave, and I will make that argument. And then just start. Let's just continue counting and see how far we get. How far did I get? No. This was a different count I had. Could that be? Could it be that? Could that be the end there? There's a very different count I had as well. Let's have a look. Which chart was this? My combined chart. Let me go to my Bybit chart. I wish this was easy, but it's not. So we'll keep on analyzing. So that, yeah, so could that be your 1, 2? Could that be your 1, 2, and then we were in a 3, and that was your 1, 2. Or could this be your first wave? Could that be that? That was your 3 for a flat for a final 5 there, and that is your first wave. Yeah. Either way, I don't want to lose 5.5. I think that would be problematic if we start closing and back testing it as resistance. If I see a close and a little back test as resistance, I think that would be really bad. Okay, it'd be better to just be in other tokens and let this just collapse, basically collapse and just dump, and then try and pick it up lower. Unfortunately, that's I really think that we are ready to explode to the upside. So why would we drop? You know, like, I'm not expecting it. If it starts to happen, I'll get really bearish on this. I'm not going to be sentimental about this. It just means I'll probably look for lower, but then I'll be thinking to scale back a little bit as the price finds resistance. I would want to see resistance on 5.5. I wouldn't just wait for a close and sell. I'd wait for a back test and a lower low. I'd wait for a change, and you end up scaling out lower, but at least you have confirmation, because that's kind of what you're looking for, confirmation. Yeah, I wouldn't preempt it, because I've seen it in the before on TRVL, where you have like one last fake out drop. It looks bearish, but actually it just does that. I've seen it. We've seen it together. Here, look. This was it here. This was it here. You had that first pump. It came down, and then look at that. It dropped. And see, it actually went up. So you needed a back test. You needed a back test of the neckline that you lost. And I'd want to see a back test. You know, you lose that line. I want to see a back test. Otherwise, you could end up with you could just end up with a failed auction of these lows, and just to get back up, to go back up. It'd be crazy. It'd be a shakeout on the half, but that's why they're called shakeouts, because when the price goes down, people get bearish. In this context, though, we still have levels to. We're back into this little value area. We still have to see if we can hold the point of control. Hold the point of control. Could this be could this wave be like this, more like this, where this whole thing is the one, and actually we still haven't we haven't started the 3. The 3 has to be fucking big, you know, like that's kind of why I'm still contemplating that this is the end of the 1, because this whole thing is the 3, and that was your 1, and this is your 2, and now we're in the 3, and this is the 1. We need a massive 3. Like, it makes no sense. The 3 is big. Look, we've been correcting in these lows for so long. We're at the beginning of alt season. I'm expecting a crazy. I'm really expecting a crazy breakout. I really am. I'm not even, like, I've talked about 34 cents, dude. If we get up to 34 cents, we're not stopping there. We're going higher. We're going higher. There's no way that we're going to 30. There's no way we're going up, and that's the top. That's mental. If we break out of this range of 9 cents, we're going to smash through a lot of these levels very quickly. Yeah. And I'd be surprised if 35 cents even holds. I'll see people sell into it and take profit, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just keep on going and going and going all the way up to all-time high. That's how I'm feeling, because for me, the longer this takes, the more bullish I'm becoming. Yeah, the longer it takes, the more bullish I'm becoming, especially in the context of flipping this level, this fib level, into support. And I'd only start getting bearish if we lose it and can't get back up, get back test. If I see that, then I'll actually start getting bearish. I'll be thinking lower. I'll be thinking, actually, this token doesn't really, this correction, I'll be thinking that was the initial wave 1, and we're looking for an ABC correction like this as another zigzag. Yeah, that's what I'd be thinking. So if we start going underneath the 5.5 and back testing it like this for resistance, I'll be thinking we're looking for another leg down, probably all the way down to somewhere where the point of control is for a zigzag correction after this wave 1, and then the next one will be it'll still be a big wave 3, but it would be kind of, the start point would be much lower. Still explosive, whatever, not as higher prices as maybe I would have hoped if we have the ability to hold here. So I'm not 100% sure whether that was the wave 1 of the next wave. It could be. I could, and then this is the other thing. So there's 2 ways to kind of plot this out without knowing exactly what happens in the future. That could have been your wave 1, and I could have been correct initially in that could be more like that. That's your 1, flat correction 2. This is your 3, but that was your wave 1 of your 3. So we're actually looking for more waves. Yeah. And taking the initial impulse would tell us what happened next. Yeah. Because that would invalidate the impulsive move, and then we can actually correct our count to adjust for that. Yeah. If we just put in a higher low here and just start going up, then actually this might make more sense. Okay. So we have different ways of looking at it. Sina, hello, welcome. Look at the first screenshot as well. No, we haven't talked about stuff. Sorry, am I looking at that? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, you sent 2 links, didn't you, on Pray? Oh, one was USD. Oh, the USD. So the USD one on Cray, we're at the value area low, aren't we? According to your chart. Sorry, going back to Cray. I'm just looking at the other screen. I must have missed that. Sorry about that. And it's a really good level, eh? Value area low, 50%. It's a good place for the price to find support. So I'm still bullish, huh? Like, I'm not like, oh my god, we're going to zero, TRVL is dead. Not thinking like that at all. I'm thinking we're still in a situation, and I've talked about this in the past a lot, yeah, where we're clearing a lot of trap liquidity. A lot of people, you know, this is the thing, yeah, context is really important, yeah. A lot of people have been stuck in TRVL for a long time underneath 9 cents, right? And it hasn't really, I mean, it has moved, like at 200%, there's a lot, but down 70%, up 200%, oh, 300%, that's a lot. But naturally speaking, a lot of people haven't been taking profit in these rises because they're aiming for higher. And so they've been painstakingly waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's frustrating. It's quite frustrating because you just don't, you're losing patience. I can tell you for a fact that the longer this takes, the more bullish I become, especially as long as market structure continues to remain bullish and we're in the bull market. Yeah, I don't really care how long this takes. I think the longer, like, I'm honestly, if we just kind of do this now, the breakout is just going to be like crazy. It'll be like beyond your imagination. It'll be like a crazy breakout. Well, that's what we want to do. We want to break out, right? We don't just want to kind of steadily go up. And like, really, this move up was shit. Look how many weeks it took us to go up 200%. It was a nightmare, wasn't it? It literally took us 18 weeks to go up 200%. That's really poor price action for a bull market. It's really, really, really terrible. You know, some tokens do 200% in a day, and it took us 14 weeks to do 200% or so. Okay, that's not good. So, you know, that was quite frustrating for people. And naturally, as Bitcoin peaked, a lot of people just exited and dumped out of the market. Fortunately, we put a higher low. So, and the price is right back into the highs. Okay, so a lot of people who exited prematurely exited because we're right back into the highs. We attacked 9 cents again. And so the more and more we attack this level, 9 cents, 9 cents, 9 cents, the weaker it gets. But it just gives people an opportunity to exit. Okay, eventually, if you look at the way this chart is formed and the structure of this chart, yeah, eventually you break that level and we're just gonna fly. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You'll see. Yeah, it'll be a breakout. It'll be a breakout of this range and we'll fly. We'll go up to all-time highs, and we'll be for a short period of time. I don't know how long we'll be in price discovery, and we won't just be dropping back down because people will be buying because they'll be really bullish. Yeah, it'll be a very different situation to this, where people are trapped. They've been trapped for a long period of time and they just want to get out because they're more bullish on Doge, or they're more bullish on XRP, or whatever. They've just seen XRP go up 5x. TRVL hasn't done a 5x. Since the absolute low of 22, and even then you'd be very lucky to exit a 5x and catch the low before it moved that much. Okay, and so therefore, you know, a lot of people are looking around, looking at the crypto market and thinking, oh my god, I'm stuck here. Maybe I can just walk away with a little moderate profit and just kind of put my eggs in different baskets. That's really what that price action is. Yeah, all it is that's what it is. But, you know, patience will be rewarded. I think it's I think I'm very happy about what happened with Ava, and even Ava's pulled back, you know. So it's, you know, like, what can you, like, what can I say? Ava was pushing up at $3.50 and now it's down to $2. Do you sell now because it's pulled back? 42%? No, it's a pullback. It's a correction. It's actually a bullish one because you can see some crazy bullish divergences forming on this range. Ava's bullish, guys, and so is TRVL. And happily enough, they're linked. That makes me happy. Yeah, Ava's suddenly become crazy bullish, and so is TRVL. TRVL is also crazy bullish. We're seeing the same similar thing. We're seeing some bullish divergence form on the same time frame here on the MACD. I don't know what this is. Bear. I've never seen this before. What is this? Oh, it's this RSI. Bear bull. Oh, that's quite interesting, huh? Bullish. Bullish. It's nice. I'm trying out these new indicators, this weird, this RSI. What is it called again? Anyway, so it's a tricky one. Do you sell? No, you don't. You totally don't sell. You just wait for the correction, and once we get a rounding bottom of sorts, we almost had it once, twice, 3 times the lady, you know, like maybe we could get it the 3rd time. Here, probably filling the gap of this impulsive move all the way down to somewhere here, probably some point of control here. Find support, and then let's see what happens next week. Yeah, because maybe we can actually just find support. All we need to do is just find support. Anyone who's sold will start buying back in, and the price will just go up again, and we can continue with bullish market structure. And so that's the great thing about making higher highs. The market structure continues to be bullish, and so naturally, as long as you're making higher highs, you can skim profit with new highs, and you can put it back into the higher lows. That's an effective higher time frame strategy for increasing your value. And so here you can see higher high. This is your higher low here. 5.5 is the low, and that was your higher high, 9. So range now is from 5.5 cents to 9 cents. That's your range. Yeah, what we don't want to do now is put a lower low. Okay, we don't want to put a lower low. That, and then whatever happens, we don't want to back test 5.5 as resistance. That's terrible. If you put in a lower low, then you have to go and take out 9 cents immediately, because after putting in a lower low, you have to take out the higher high. Otherwise, you end up with a lower high, and that would be bearish. You know, you don't want to put in a lower low, go up, put in a lower high, and then change market structure. Like this structure here, the way I've drawn it, would be really bearish. It would be a head and shoulders pattern. It would be terrible, actually. So